you shout out my YouTube channel, Talent Off?
Yeah, shout out to Talent Off.
Thank you.
Follow him.
Right then, guys, welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel. I wanted to do a quick video talking about the takeover, and a bit of an update really. 2 takeovers in one season fell through, and I just feel like that sums up Derby's season, to be completely honest with you. Obviously the first takeover, we all got quite excited about, potential cousins of Manchester City owners. We thought the money was coming in, and we all thought there was going to be great owners, and I think there was a bit of hope within the Derby fan base that this takeover was actually going to happen. Obviously it went on for some time, since like October to February, and then it just fell through. It just went dead in the water. Nothing happened, and like I say, obviously that takeover didn't happen. And then the most recent one, obviously it came out the blue that Eric Alonso was going to take over, and his company. And what was that turned out to be, that the Eric Alonso one just seemed a bit weird since it first started. Obviously he were posting stuff on his Twitter, posting stuff on his Instagram saying like, come on Derby and everything, which is a good thing, it's good to see. But do you expect that from modern day owners? A lot of them you don't even hear from. They don't care about they don't necessarily care about the club, they care about the money. And it's just seemed a weird one. And then most recently, he took a video off TikTok and said that it was his own house, posting it on his Twitter, saying good morning, and using it as though it's his house. And that was like the day after that the EFL had asked him to prove that he had funds for taking over. So, it's just weird. And then, when you're seeing speculation in the papers that he's saying to ignore it, how do we know who to trust? Are we going to believe the journalists that are reporting the stories, or do we believe Eric Alonso because he says that, it's not happening? And then tonight, it came out in the paper that we're basically going to pull out of the takeover. And then I've seen messages all over Twitter of him saying that, it's lies, and then he's posted on his Instagram story, don't believe everything you read, or something like that. So, what do we believe? I think we believe the newspapers over him. Obviously, I think a takeover is needed. Mel Morris has put a lot of his money into the club. He spent loads of money, and we're just not getting to where we need to be. And, of course, like everything, at some point that money does run out. And I think he's coming to a time now where, he's probably had enough of spending his money. He's spent everything he's got on the club. And, we have to show respect for him. He has been good to us, giving us the money. It's just a shame that it's ending in the way that it is. I think he would have wanted us to get back to Premier League and back to the promised land before he considered selling up. Obviously, that hasn't been the case, unfortunately, for him. And then, obviously, I don't know how much is true and how much is not true, but it come out that he's been very poorly this year. He's been suffering with cancer. Obviously, none of us wanted to hear that news, and it is sad for him. And I really do hope he gets better soon. But if that is the case, that he is poorly, and, depending on how bad it is, he is going to want to sell up, rather than, leaving everything within the mud. So I think that Mel Morris will try to sell us to good owners, but I haven't seen that yet in Eric Alonso or anything like that. So I think we just need to sort of try and take our time with the ownership. Don't just sell us to any randomer, please, Mel. We could end up in a really bad place into administration. And, Mel Morris has always said that he wouldn't, just sell up to anyone. He's a fan of the club, and he'd want what's best for us, not see us run into the mud. But it's just frustrating, you know, with everything that's been happening off the field. We've had 2 potential takeovers and both have fell through. And I'm just hoping that, you know, at some point there is a good owner that puts in a bid and it is the right one, you know, and then it goes through. Mel Morris can obviously concentrate on getting himself better and spend time with his family, which, you know, with him being poorly, all this takeover like speculation will not be helping him in any way. I think, you know, if we get the right takeover, we can hopefully start to rebuild the club. Obviously, once we've dealt with off the pitch things behind the scenes, that we all know about. But honestly, you know, I think that these 2 takeovers are just going to be dead in the water now, and now we have to move on to the next next rumour, I suppose. You know, it'll probably be only a week before we get some other rumour of another takeover. You know, what are we meant to do? I just hope that we can get the right person in and move forward. But comment your thoughts below, guys, on Eric Alonso. You know, I think a lot of Derby fans do think it's a bit weird. And he's not the right person for us. But I'm interested to know what you think. Comment your thoughts below. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to do more videos throughout the off-season. At the minute, I'm still trying to think of some videos to do. So comment some video ideas that you would like to see. I am thinking about maybe doing a Football Manager season. But yeah, comment your thoughts below, guys. Like and subscribe. And we just have to hope that during this off-season, someone comes and takes over Derby. Come on, Derby.